To start off, we are gonna select File, New, and we're gonna name our database Anchor. Okay, after that loads up, we're gonna put a maximum model dimension 70, analysis code, and the structure should remain the same as the video, and then we're gonna press OK. Then we're gonna go import our IGES piece, and we're gonna go as source. We're gonna go to IGES. We're gonna unselect import power solid and select our piece. Then we're gonna get a summary report, and we're just gonna click OK. Then we're gonna move around the piece so we can get a better view of it. I'm gonna center it and add some shading so you can see the figure. Then we're gonna choose a specific way to use the mouse so you can move around the piece with our mouse. So we're gonna first start moving the piece around, and we're gonna go ahead and go to geometry. We are going to go to create. Action is gonna be create surface and curve. I would recommend, I didn't do it in this video, but I would recommend checking the auto execute. We're gonna click on the first surface and then click on the second surface. We're gonna apply. You might get this, just press yes. And then we're gonna go add another surface, and this time we're gonna go to trim method. And for option, we're gonna use a planner. We're gonna go to auto chain. Again, I would recommend to uncheck the auto execute. I'm gonna zoom in real quick so I could get a better look at the figure. And we're gonna select the start curve. And as you could see, the piece, we're gonna select OK in order for the piece to get selected. We're just gonna keep on clicking OK. If it were to be, then we're just gonna press cancel. Now we're gonna choose our outer loop, and that would be, I'm gonna select the curve sign, select the figure we just selected. It's gonna be curve 1, and the inner, and then we're just gonna click yes on deleting the original curves. And that way we've created a new surface. Now I'm just going to move the piece around to get a better view of it. We're going to go to action, delete any, and we're going to click on that surface, and then shift and click on the other surface in order to select both surfaces. I'm gonna go to geometry again. Sorry, I got confused a little bit. We're gonna go to geometry, create. This time we're gonna create a point and the arc center. So we're gonna select the surfaces. Again, we're gonna press shift in order to select both surfaces. The top and the bottom of the cylinder. And we're gonna click apply. And we're gonna go into coordinate. It's gonna be a 3-point and it'll be a cylinder because we're doing a cylinder figure. Right here we're gonna click on the wireframe in order for us to get a better view of the points we're gonna select. So for our origin, so here I'm trying to think of the origin point. Our origin is going to be the top of the cylinder. Our point on the axis 3, we're going to delete that. What we have. I made a mistake here, but these are the points you should select. And then we are going to go ahead and go to action, object, it's going to be curve. We're going to translate, and then we're going to press on curvilinear and reference. Our reference coordinate frame, we're going to select that. And it's going to be the coordinate 1, and then we're going to delete the translation vector, and it's going to be 2, 0, 0. We're going to go ahead and scroll down, and for our curve list, again, remove the auto execute. And we select the surface. Then we're going to go into action. We're going to be edit. I'm going to edit the surface, and the method is going to be break. We're going to create the surface list, I'm sorry. And then where we want the break to occur is going to be in the line, and once you get this message, you're just going to click yes to delete the original surface. As you can see right here, I got an error. I'll fix that right now. And so I'm gonna go again to create the same thing, only it's gonna be parametric. I'm gonna move the piece around so I could get a better view of the face of the piece. Okay, so we're gonna click on constant V direction. The break curve should be 0.5, and we're gonna add a surface list, and we're gonna add that message, that surface 3. So we're gonna go to edit surface and then add vertex. So we're gonna go on the surface. We're gonna choose our surface, and then we're gonna choose our point. And our point is going to be right there in the center where the line is marked. And we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Right now I'm going to press apply. I'm going to rotate the piece so I can get a view of the other side. So right here I'm just kind of tricky. I'm trying to get the face, but right now I'm having trouble finding it. And right there, it's gonna be surface 9, and the point is gonna be 0.44. I'm gonna apply. You just have to press apply once. And now I'm just gonna change the orientation of the piece. It could be centered, user friendly. So we're gonna go to geometry, transform. It's gonna be a surface, and the method, it's gonna be a mirror. We're gonna mirror this in order to form the whole piece. So we're gonna define the mirror plane. I'm gonna move the piece around so I can get a better view of the points that I'm gonna select. And these are the points I'm going to select. So we're going to choose the tool in order to select the points that I just mentioned. The points that we selected. Now just move the piece. I'm going to select the surface. I'm going to select the pick all in order to pick all the points. Pick all the surfaces. And I'm going to hit apply. And I'm just going to click yes for all. And we're going to do the same thing, but this is gonna be, you could say it's gonna get doubled or get mirror. So it's gonna be the same transform surface mirror. We're gonna delete all that. We're gonna choose the same tool to pick our 3 points. That's 1 point, that's another, trying to zoom in to get the other point, and our 3rd point. And then we're gonna have to choose a surface list. Again, you're gonna have to delete all that, and then pick all, apply, and yes. And there we have the anchor. Now we're gonna go and transform this into a solid, or create a solid, sorry, create solid. The method is gonna be brep, and I'm gonna select or pick all, click apply, and this is where I had my error. I'll go back, and I think it was because I didn't choose the auto execute when I was supposed to. I'll go back and fix this, but after that everything should be fine. Thank you. To start off, I couldn't import the figure because I was using a newer version, but I'm gonna explain the process of doing the anchor geometry and verifying the mesh quality through these slides. These are some key concepts and steps that we should consider before creating the meshing. To start off, we're gonna open the existing database, and we're gonna go to File, Open, and we're gonna select the database and then just click OK. Then we're gonna go to the elements. We're gonna go to Create, Mesh, and then Solid. And for element shape, we're gonna use Tet. For measure, is gonna be Tet Mesh, and topology will be Tet 10. Then we're gonna go to Tet Mesh parameters, and we're gonna go to solid 1 in our input list, and this will give us an automatic calculation as 20. Then we'll just click apply, and then we're gonna use the smooth shaded in order for us to see the actual shape of the piece. And we're gonna verify the piece's boundary. We're gonna go to, again, elements, action. We're gonna verify, and then it's gonna be, and under object is gonna be element, and test is gonna be boundaries. And our display type will be free faces. Then we'll just click apply. Then we're gonna determine the element quality using all tests. By doing this, we're going to go to, again, elements, verify, tet, and all. Then we'll simply click apply. This will give us the summary. We're going to have the test and number failed, and the worst cases, and at the element. Again, we're going to go to elements, we're going to go verify, tet, under object, we're going to use tet, and test is going to be aspect. And for our aspect ratio, we're going to use a value near 5. And then we'll just simply click apply. And we're going to use the view corner icon in order for us to see a close view of the piece. And we're going to retype mesh in order to create an improved mesh. We're going to start off by clicking on elements and then going to under action, we're going to put create object mesh, and type is going to be a solid. And under element shape, it will be tet measure, tet mesh, topology, again tet 10, and we're going to use we're going to set parameters. And our maximum, it'll be a 0.05, and our maximum edge length, it'll be a 0.1. After that, we're going to go to we're going to click OK, and then we're going to select the solid one in our piece, and we're going to use a finer mesh, which will be 0.5, and we'll just click apply. And these are some results that we're going to get after doing the meshing. And we'll quit this piece because we're going to use it later on. For our workshop 12, we're going to apply some loads and boundary conditions. Again, since I don't have the program, I'm just going to show you guys the slides. And to start, we're going to again open our database, and which is Anchor. And to start off, we're going to start off with the wireframe. Then we're going to use a plot erase icon, and then we're going to erase all, and we're going to enter solid 1, and we're going to click on solid 1 and point 1 under the selected entities. Then we're going to click plot, and then on F we're going to view the corners, and then we're going to create a center of the arc geometry. To do that, we're going to go to the geometry tab over here, and then we're going to go create point and then arc center, and then we're going to select these points, and that'll give us our curve list. I would recommend to turn off the auto execute. And then we're gonna create a cylindrical coordinate system, which again we're gonna go to geometry, create chord, and the 3-point method. After that, we're gonna select cylindrical under this tab, under the type tab, and then we're gonna choose our points. This is gonna be our origin. This is gonna be our point on the 3 axes and the point on the plane. We're just gonna click on those points. And we're gonna create a field for pressure loading. We're gonna go to the field tab, and create spatial and PCL function. And then we're gonna enter sine theta, and then we're gonna choose a scalar, and on the coordinate system type we're gonna use real. Then we're gonna choose the second or coordinate 2, and then we're gonna enter sine r and pick t from right here, sine r, and then t from this variables, and then just click apply. And we're gonna create a pressure loading. So we're gonna go create. First we're gonna go to the load, then we're gonna create pressure and element uniform. Then we'll simply go to, now we're gonna enter his name, pressure load. Then we're gonna input some data. That'll give us this window, and we're gonna put 1000 for our load, and then the pressure, and then this will come up, and we'll just click on the sine theta that we had inputted already, and we'll just click OK, and then we're gonna select the application region, which is on the next slide. So we're gonna go, so we're still on the same slide. We're just gonna go to geometry, and then we're gonna select these. You can probably see over here. We're gonna select these faces, and we'll click add, and then OK, and then we'll just apply the loads. And here's a picture of how it's supposed to look like. And we're gonna put constraints on the washers. We're gonna go again to load BCS, and under action is gonna be create displacement and node all. Then we're gonna go to we're gonna enter this as a name, and then we're gonna input the data. It's gonna give us this. We're gonna leave it as 000, and then just press OK, and then we're gonna select the application region. First, we're gonna, this is optional. You use a icon in order to move the piece. In the newer version, it's already accounted for. Then we're gonna press on this icon so you can shade the figure, and then we're gonna select the geometry, which right here we're gonna select geometry, and then we're gonna select the entities that we want to analyze. And then we select them, then we add them, and we just press OK. Then we press on the wireframe, and before this, and then we're gonna we're gonna stay in the load, under action we're gonna put plot makers. We'll select this and select the current viewport, and then select this again, the default group. Then we'll just click apply, and this will give us an idea of our pressure and our constraints.